Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fakimi bin Baharudin from BA 1184 BA. So in this video, me and my group mate, which are Amza, Hamdani and myself, Fakimi, will explain everything about computer ethics. This video has been prepared for Madam Shazilawati Muhammad. In computer ethics, it contains copyright law, software piracy, digital right management, digital millennium, copyright and plagiarism. We will explain one by one and let's into it. Okay, for the computer ethics deal with the procedures, value and practices that govern the process of consuming computing technology. It's related to discipline without damaging or violating the moral value and belief of any individual, organization or entity. Computer ethics is a concept in ethics that addresses the ethical issue and constraints that arise from use of computer and how they can prevent it from happen. The core issues surrounding computer ethics are based on the scenarios arising from the use of the internet, such as internet privacy, that publication of copyright content. Okay, for copyright law, copyright is a type of intellectual property that gives its owner the exclusive right to make copies of creative work, usually for a limited time. Copyright can be granted by public law and are in that case considered territorial right. Typically, the public law duration of copyright expires 50 to 100 years after the creator dies. Depending on jurisdiction, some countries require certain copyright formalities to establishing copyright. In general, many believe that the long copyright duration guarantees the better protection of work.
Hi, I am Hamza. Thank you, Fakimi. So I am going to talk about software piracy. Basically, software piracy is the act of stealing software that is legally protected. This stealing includes copying, contributing, modifying, or selling the software. So there are 5 types of software piracy. So the first one is soft lifting, client server overuse, hard disk loading, counterfeiting, and online piracy. So after that, we move to the digital rights management. Digital rights management, or in short form, we call it a DRM, is a way to protect copyrights for digital media. This approach includes the use of technologies that limit the copying and use of copyright works and proprietary software. So, how digital rights management works? There are many ways to protect your content, software or product. DRM allows you to. The first one is restrict or prevent users from editing or saving your content. The second one is restrict your prevent users from sharing or forwarding your product or content. Third is restrict or prevent users from printing your content. For some, the document or artwork may only be printed up to a limited numbers of times, maybe 2 times or 3 times. So next is disallow users from creating screenshot and screen grabs of your content. So number 5, set an expiry date and your document or media, after which the user will no longer be able to access it. This could also be done by limiting the number of users that a user has. For instance, a document may be revoked after the user has listened 10 times or opened the PDF 20 times. So the next one is log access only to certain IP address location or something else. This means that if your media is only available, then it will not be accessible to people in other country. So the last one is you can put watermark in your artwork, so So everyone know where their work is coming from. So that's all for me. We move to Hamdani. Thank you.
Digital Millennium Copyright. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act (DMCA) is a 1998 United States copyright law that implements two 1996 treaties of World Intellectual Property Organization (WPO). It criminalizes production and dissemination of technology, device, or service intended to circumvent measures that control access to copyrighted work and commonly known as copyright management. WIPO is United Nations agency dedicated to the use of intellectual property as means of stimulating innovation and creativity. Plagiarism. Ways to identify. First is do a Google search to easily check. This is a simple and free way to check for plagiarism. Second is use free online application to check electronic documents. There are many free websites that will check for plagiarism, and they typically more true than a basic Google search. Example of website are Duplicator and Preparator. The third is try a commercial service for more efficient checking. If you need a regularly check a large number of documents, it's worth it to use this type of service. Some of the most popular sites for this service are turnitin.com.